Hi, I'm Ava Dracona,
And I'm Yanoss, from the Aussie Game Guys.
and we're here to talk about Ringrunner, Flight of the Sages.
Now, what is Ringrunner? Basically, Ringrunner is a space shooter RPG developed by Enrique and Paul Dreyer from tribble-b-titles.
If you're familiar with IGN's show, The Next Game Boss, you may have seen Enrique appear under Team tribble-b-titles.
That's where I first saw it. Enrique and Paul have been working on the title for the better part of 5 years. As teenagers, Paul and Enrique got into a lot of trouble after racking up a hefty bill paying Silent Death Online. Later, they vowed to make a modernisation of the game that would be a little bit more affordable. After seeing the game on the Next Game Boss, I was really excited to get my hands on it and try it out for myself. So what did we think of it? After a short learning period, I found myself quickly, nimbly dodging and weaving through space debris. Personally, I'm a fan of the controls here, especially after I found the mouse aiming option. Ava, what do you think?
I enjoyed the feel of the controls myself. At first the controls felt a little loose and floaty, but I came to the realization that they were feeling loose and floaty because I just wasn't flying properly.
Yeah.
To me, some of the weapons felt a little weird to use, but this is coming from someone who had just sat down and started playing. How did you feel about some of them? Did anything feel a little weird or hard to use?
Personally, I didn't come across any weapons that felt off. I really did like the heating and plasma venting mechanic on the fighter arc type ships. I guess if anything, I never really got a feel for the artillery ships with their slow movement and the missiles, and like the turrets and stuff.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with the first ship that you get after you get blown up, which was the Church.
Churchill? Yeah, the A1
Churchill.
Churchill, the flying trash can ship.
Yeah, that was a bit difficult.
Alright, what did you think about the little VR character Nero? I personally loved his little one-liners and sarcastic quips. So what did you think of him?
Man, I really love Nero. He was so satirical, and the way he interacted with you as the character, he was a joy to have around. And no matter what the situation, he could always find something funny to say, no matter how tense or dramatic the situation was.
Yeah, he was really good at punctuating the situations.
Yeah.
Like enjoying some spacely silence.
How did you feel about the characters in general, though? For example, maybe Mugen or the Trash King.
Yeah, I felt each one was really, really fleshed out. Take Mugen, for example. Over just a few short missions, I go from barely knowing the guy to having my heart nearly ripped out of my chest at his demise, which in turn it fuels your own hatred for the Krugler's betrayals as well. So yeah, that's a really strong point, I think.
Yeah, the scene where you have to fight him, as soon as that scene started, I just couldn't bring myself to fight for the first couple of deaths.
Yeah. Then there's the character of the game's world itself. I really felt through the demo campaign that the universe had so much to offer. How did you feel about that? You want to get out there and explore it?
Absolutely. The universe just felt like it had so much to offer, even though the demo was only 2 to 3 hours long for the story campaign. After I finished, all I could think about was just diving straight back in. I wanted to know more. I wanted to see what was out there. What about you, though? After the Sage's training, how did you feel about Calypso's final message to you? Come find me when you learn how.
2 words. Hooked me. All I want now is to see how far the boundaries of the universe can be bent. For example, your first act in learning how to be a sage is to gain power over the flow of time itself. Where would the possibilities end? I have no idea yet, and I'm really looking forward to finding out. And lastly, the presentation. I personally feel they've struck a really nice balance in capturing the wonder of space combat and exploration. From the shadows cast by the silhouetted space trash against the distant stars, to somber piano music illustrating your loneliness in the escape pod. Ava, how did you feel about the presentation as a whole?
For me, it was a wonderful feeling. The way the music and visuals all kind of just melded together and engrossed me within the universe. It's really hard for me to explain, but everything as a whole just had a great feel to it, and I can't wait to go back there again. On the whole, I think it's safe to say we both really enjoyed Ringrunner.
Yeah, that's for sure. We both recommend that you check out the demo at ringrunner.net. If you can, go support them on their Greenlight page. The link will be in the description for that. And yeah, hope you're as excited for this as we are.
Yeah.